So two Durban universities say student protests are costing them millions of rand. The management at Durban University of Technology and the University of KwaZulu-Natal appeared before Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Higher Education yesterday. These hearings were set up to look into weeks of student unrest at both these institutions. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan has that story.
These major universities in Durban are often the site of violent student protests.
What actually started as a peaceful march to demand justice for the late Mlungisi Madonsela on Friday the 4th of February 2022 was followed by incidents of violent destruction of university and private property from about mid-February upon commencement of online registration in line with the Sizo Funda Ngenkani campaign. And no less than 10 vehicles have been touched, some of these vehicles belonging to staff members.
The damage to infrastructure this year alone has cost the universities millions of rands.
The deployment of the strike force due to poor SAPS and POP support, despite them being members of our joint operations center, has come at a huge cost to the university at almost 1 million in the last a week.
We have had a few of the university's buildings being burnt, being destroyed through throwing of rocks, and also university vehicles and staff vehicles being torched, which is obviously something that is quite a significant safety and security concern for staff and for students.
There have been several student protests at both DUT and UKZN since January, with both institutions temporarily suspending their academic programs. While the reasons behind the protests may vary, students on the ground say their ultimate demand is free tertiary education.
We advocated for free decolonized and well-resourced education in the past years, and then the ANC government promised us to give free education, but till date there's no free education, and the students are suffering under the administration of President Ramaphosa and the DHET, Mr. Plenziman.
There isn't much we can do with the promise really at this point in time, because I think the call for free education is long overdue now. There's a lot students are facing because of just promises. I think it's time it's actually implemented now.
But student debt is rising, leaving a major dent in the higher education purse.
In 2019, our student debt was pegged at approximately 14 billion, and currently it is escalated to 16.5 billion. This is not news to any of us. What is, however, a systemic impediment is that servicing this debt costs university in the region of 1.2 billion rand per annum. And this is money that's being taken away from important academic programs across the academy.
While more stakeholder meetings lay ahead, this portfolio committee has received recommendations to hasten talks with the National Treasury over further investing in the tertiary education sector to address unemployment and ultimately poverty. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Karinda Jagmohan in Durban.